Good morning, everyone. It's Bob Branch again with another Daily Devo. This morning, I want to continue on our journey of getting some vision or some revisioning for what God might have for us together. We've been talking about from Acts chapter 2, kind of some of the models and the way that they put on flesh in the early Christian church. And we've talked about this idea of going backwards or looking backwards to go forward. And that's the whole idea of, Lord, what did you do in them? And could we have some of those different features of us today? And I believe that that's very much so, but it's not something that just automatically happens. And that is that God is inviting us, especially I think in this COVID pandemic time, to hit the reset button in terms of how we see community happening. I hear from different people a hunger for meeting together as church, but I believe that the Lord wants to use the hunger to take us further than simply just to back to Sunday morning and a rich Sunday morning experience. I don't think there's anything wrong with a rich Sunday morning experience. I just know that the Lord believes and the Lord's vision is that church is more than just a robust and wonderful Sunday morning experience, that it is something that encompasses the whole of life. And so we've been looking at Acts 2 at the little section of what was birthed in the new Christians as they came, as the Lord birthed the church, from this time of Pentecost going forward. And you see just a number of beautiful things there that I believe are invitations for us, again, to look back in order to go forward. So we saw that they were a devoted people, that they were devoted to the apostles' teaching. That is the message of Jesus and his kingdom. That's the apostles' teaching. It's not just doctrine. It's Jesus. It's all about Jesus and about what he taught the apostles at that. And so they're giving them what Jesus gave them. They're giving to the church what Jesus gave them. And then they were devoted to this shared life, to the koinonia, to the sharing, and that's just this beautiful thing. It's not just friendship, it's more than friendship. It's not just family, it's more than family. It's not just sharing your stuff and your food and everything, it's more than that. It's a shared life experience. And when we go into that, when we allow ourselves to become a part of that, we become different people. But today I just want to highlight just for a few minutes this third or fourth thing, from Acts 2, and that is that they devoted themselves to the breaking of bread. Now, difficult to say whether they're talking about the Lord's Supper or whether they're just talking about eating together. Now, later on, you find that they are eating together all the time, and so I'm going to take it this morning, this morning, in the direction of that they actually ate together a lot. Now, you know that Christians love to eat together. And in our loving to eat together, there's something wonderful that happens. It's not just that we love food, although we do, but that we love getting together. I've been in so many different countries where the churches that have met, all in smaller kind of churches where, there are 40, 50 people and the whole thing, they always have a meal together. And part of that is that in those countries, having that meal together is just a way of being able to continue our time together rather than just do a series of, let's just say, religious things of singing to God and to spending time, having a sermon or a teaching or something like that, that it extends this time and extends the community. And that's really what's going on in the book of Acts, is that the community is being extended in the sharing of life over meals. And it's happening all the time. It's not, they continued, and it says they continued daily in the temple. They continued daily in each other's homes, having and sharing meals together. That's what it says. And I just want to encourage you today, there's something beautiful that can happen. It doesn't always happen. I mean, I've been at dinner tables with people where nobody said anything, but in the book of Acts, it's exemplary of this, of we're sharing life together, that we're sharing our story, that we are sharing these things, and for table fellowship within a Jewish environment, at least, table fellowship was the way to say, you are one of us. And that's really important in this. So having somebody over says, you're one of us, that we're participating in life together. And when my life has been so enriched, I can't tell you how many meals that I've had with people over the years, over the course of my lifetime, where my life has been enriched. And it's not just because I had some really good food, although I have had some really good food, but because the connection happens over food. The connection happens over food. That's the point. The point isn't just that Christians eat. Everybody eats, but we eat differently, that we share these meals together. And as we share these meals together, there's something that happens. There's something beautiful that happens. And there's something more than can happen in the large gathering. Really important. That's part of the vision of what's going on is that we are meeting together. And as we meet together over meals, our lives are becoming enjoined, interconnected. And God is smiling on that, saying, this is what I want. I want my people to experience oneness, the oneness of the Father, Son, and Spirit. I want them to experience that on the earth. And over meals, it's a perfect opportunity to be able to sit and share and laugh and share stories and share our lives and share our testimonies and share what God is doing and what we're struggling with and all these different things. All this stuff happens over a meal. And a meal is super convenient. And if we just say, we're just going to get together and talk, then a lot of times we just sit there and we just look at each other, and then it all rotates around somebody's need or what's going on in their life at the time. If you sit around over a meal, you just share life. And that's kids, that's adults, that's elderly, that's the whole family, that we're all sharing these things and we're all doing it together. And this is part of the vision that God is giving us in Acts chapter 2 to go back in order to go forward, is that, even in this COVID season, you can have people over, you can eat dinner in your backyard, you can share a meal, you can do these different things and connect in beautiful and intimate and personal ways where at the end of the day, something mysteriously is met within you. A need is met for connection within you. And that's what part of what God wants to meet in these sharing of meals, is he wants to meet this need that you and I have for connection. The need for connection. That's what God is meeting in this. So here's the action step. Ask somebody to come over to dinner. Before the day's out, ask somebody to come over for dinner, or to just go out and share a meal at a restaurant that's outside. And share a meal and spend some time and savor both the food and the people. Actually, savor the people. The food is okay, depending on where you go. But ask somebody this week to spend some time with you and share a meal with them. You can even do that over Skype and FaceTime. You can actually sit and open your computer or your phone or something like that, and the two of you can have dinner and they can have dinner, and you can actually share and talk. Again, we've done that in this time too, and it's a little dorky at first, but actually kind of beautiful. It's like, wow, we actually really connected. Who knew that we could do it this way? So that's part of the vision of going backwards in order to go forwards, is that we will be sharing more meals together as we move into and more comfortably into this picture from the New Testament of what relationship under the goodness of God looks like. I'm praying for you all the time. I'm so grateful for you. Thanks so much for tuning in. I love you. Have a great day.